Well, welcome everyone. Welcome to we are live. We're live for the US Grand Prix in Texas, Austin. As you can see, we've got a live tracker. Welcome to the channel, everyone. We are live on YouTube. We're live on Facebook. We're live on Twitch. And in a minute, I was just trying to sort out, but we will be live on X, formerly known as Twitter, very shortly as well. So welcome everyone to the channel. As always, I'd love to know where everyone's watching from. Just comment in the comment section. Where in the world are you watching from? I'm in Cambridge, or Cambridgeshire, in the United Kingdom, which is where I'll be watching from today. As you can see, we've got a live tracker. This is the live feed. When the race starts, we'll see where the cars are, including timings and so on and so forth, fastest lap and so on. So everything you need in order to be able to keep up to date with what is going on live in the race is right here on the F1 Fan Zone. We'll be live right the way through the race today, the sprint race. The sprint race is 19 laps, so it's not the full race. It's not qualifying. We had qualifying earlier. The grid or the lineup for the starting lineup for the sprint race, you can see on your screen now to the left. Verstappen starting on pole, and Logan Sargent starting from his usual position towards the back of the grid. And hopefully we're in for a good race. But there we go. We've just seen the tyres. I was just about to say, I wonder who or what the tyre lineup is going to be. And I did think mediums was the first thought, but it looks as though my thoughts are confirmed. Everyone on mediums except Carlos Sainz. So we do know tyre deg can be high here. So we'll see how that works. We'll see what goes on with that. Right, let me just see if I can edit this destination. I can't. Okay. So, okay, right, we're pretty much ready to go. We're just, I've also got the, I can see visually live coverage from Sky as well. Cup of tea on the go, as you do. Very British, I know. Okay, and so I can see what's going on. I've got the Sky coverage. So I can describe what's going on. We will have obviously commentary from the radios and so on. So we're all set. I'm all set. I hope everyone else is all set as well. And like I said, I'd love to know where you are all watching from. If you do want to put a comment in, and you do. Right, we are back where we're having some internet. Would you believe it? I cannot believe my internet is normally so stable, and then 2 minutes before race is about to start, it all goes tits up. So I'm just having to reload. Hopefully we're right. I think we're back now. A momentary lapse on the internet. Typically, couldn't have timed that any worse, could it? Doesn't do that any other time. Right, let's get that all going again. Now, I do need to try and pair up the coverage you can see here to what I can see on the Sky coverage. If you do want to comment where you're watching from, who you think is going to win the race, anything at all, your comments get posted just below as well. And always, we will be back, by the way, for the race tomorrow as well. 8 o'clock UK time. 8 p.m. Yeah, there we go. So you can see they've started going round. So this is not the race start. This is the formation lap. And I'm just going to pause it just for a moment and allow the TV coverage to catch up, because otherwise we're too far in front and I can see what's going on there. And let's give us a second. We will let it catch up with itself in a sec. So no pit stops or no mandatory pit stops here. There we go. They're off on the screen. So I'm going to play that from there. There we go. So this is they're starting the formation lap. There's 19 laps in this sprint race. No mandatory pit stops. So it is all a sprint to the line, basically. As you can see, everyone is on medium tyres except Carlos Sainz has gone onto the softs. It's interesting because there's a lot more cloud in, a lot more cooler today than it was yesterday during qualifying, etc. So I'm going to be interested to see how that tyre deg. The tyre deg has been high all weekend so far. Apart from today, it's a bit cooler. So Ferrari are taking a gamble. Obviously, Ferrari have put Sainz on the soft tyres and hope that he will be able to gain places and that tyre deg won't be as severe as it has been. It's a big gamble. No one else seems to agree with that strategy, given that everyone else is on mediums. We've got quite a few more people joining now. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or X, and Twitch. So welcome everyone. This is the formation lap you're watching now. We haven't yet started. We're just on the formation lap. Verstappen starts on pole. Leclerc, Hamilton, Norris, and Piastri make up the top five. Keep an eye on cars. Keep an eye on Hamilton. Hamilton and Mercedes race pace has looked good. Obviously, we've only had the one practice session this weekend because we had the one practice session on Friday afternoon, and then Friday later afternoon we had the qualifying for tomorrow's race, and then today we've got obviously a sprint shootout plus the sprint race on now. So we've only had the one practice session. That's the only session cars have run a more than a 1 or 2 laps, with fuel in the tank. So we don't know how we know how cars have been on an empty tank doing a 1 lap, 1 hit wonder, so to speak, but we don't know, or we're less sure on longer distance racing because we haven't had the practice sessions that would normally give us an idea on fuel loads and tyre wear and so on. So it'll be interesting, but it is only 19 laps for the sprint race. I can see now they are just forming up on the grid as we speak. Max Verstappen having a slow roll down the pit straight. Me being very British with my cup of tea. Right, so mostly some pressure races today. Perez in 7th. He needs something needs to start happening. I mean, I think he's all but given up, to be honest, for next year. Right, they're lining up on the grid. I can see Verstappen is now in his box, followed by Leclerc, Hamilton. They're just lining up on the grid right now. So what you're seeing here is live. It's probably delayed by about 15 seconds, but it's live. And here comes Logan Sargent round the back ends. This could be an interesting start. It's a good. I love. You know what? I really like this. The start of this because the turn into turn 1 is a brilliant turn, up the hill, sharp left, lots of opportunities to try and overtake her. This turning. Right, there goes the flag. All lights on, and they are off. Here we go. Verstappen does get away quick. Oh, the McLaren is. Yeah, I did say watch out for Hamilton. I did say keep an eye out for Hamilton. Up second, Norris 4th. Sainz obviously on the soft tyres. We knew he would start quick on those soft tyres. So it's Verstappen, followed by Hamilton, followed by Leclerc, Norris, Sainz, and Piastri. Perez down in 7th, hasn't gained anything on the start. Ooh. Right, we're back. Stupid. I tell you what, I kid you not. I have never had internet problems on a live stream. And then today I've been on the internet. I've been here for hours watching the bloody football, the rugby, now the Formula One and so on. And I've not had any internet issues. And then lo and behold, would you believe it? So let me just refresh everything because my internet service provider obviously need a kick up the backside. Unbelievable. Right, let's read. Okay, we're back there on there. Right, there we go. Back, we're back live again. Oh goodness me! Come on, broadband provider, sort it out. This is not acceptable on a Saturday evening when I'm live on stream. Right, DRS. Oh God, blimey! Right, I'm just what. I'm trying to work out that everyone's in the correct places in terms of the coverage. So Verstappen followed by Hamilton. That's all correct. Verstappen fastest lap of the race there. Right, we're back again. We're back. Oh my God. Let's hope that the internet doesn't drop off again. Normally it's consistent. Normally speaking. Right. Okay, so if you are watching on Facebook or on YouTube, you obviously have the option to comment. Let us know what your thoughts are. Who's going to win this race? It looks like it's going to be Verstappen or Hamilton. Hamilton is within DRS, interestingly. Let's keep an eye on that. Hamilton does like the circuit here. This is where your comments get posted. If you let me know where you're watching from. And also, obviously, if you are watching on YouTube, Facebook, etc., don't forget to follow, like, subscribe, all the normal stuff. It does help us grow as a channel as well. It's totally free of charge, and it lets us grow as a channel so we can get more of these races on. Right, as you can see, there's a bit of Verstappen and Hamilton are pushing away from Leclerc a little bit here. Perez has he got Perez here? I think Perez has got. Oh, yeah, Perez has surely got him here. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Perez has gone past Oscar Piastri with DRS enabled. Oh, George or Piastri's now all out of sorts. So George Russell's all over the back of him. Oh, no, surely. So Russell went. Oh, what Russell has gone past, but he went round the outside and off the track. So I don't know if he's going to be able to keep that position, George Russell. Surely, because he went off the track. Oh my goodness me, we are back again. I apologize. I can't believe I've never I've been on my PC all day. Well, I say all day. I've watched the rugby. I've watched the football. I've not had any issues with the internet. I get to a bloody live stream for the Formula One, which I've been waiting all day for, and the internet just keeps dropping off. Right, let's get back to the driver tracker. We're back on there now. Let's see. Right. Goodbye for that. Okay, so Verstappen and Hamilton, as you can see, they are pushing away here, but Hamilton is staying within DRS range. This is brilliant for Hamilton. If you're a Hamilton fan, obviously some pressure for Verstappen. Verstappen will want to be able to get away. Sainz has now passed Norris, but bear in mind, Sainz is on those soft tyres. So let's see how this works. So Sainz is on the soft tyres. Those soft tyres are going to drop off later in the race. So we'll see how that works. I wonder if there's going to be team orders for Leclerc and to move over sides. Well, Sainz is quite a cool. Oscar Piastri is having a mare, by the way, in that McLaren with these medium tyres. Piastri is out of the points as it stands, and Alex Albon is all over the back of Norris as well. So Verstappen doing his usual moaning about the car, despite the fact he's winning the race and the second in front, he's having his normal, my car's horrific. So I said, did I not say a minute ago, well, I say a minute ago before the internet cut off, that George Russell overtook around the outside of Oscar Piastri? Well, George Russell is now being looked at by the stewards for leaving the track and gaining an unfair advantage. He's quite Russell can't give the place back to Oscar Piastri because there's two cars in between them. Well, that could be a penalty for Russell. I must admit, so Hamilton is pointing out the radio that Max Verstappen has gone off. Obviously, there are very strict track limits here at Texas. So we'll see if Hamilton can close that gap back down to under a second. He's currently 1.8, so Verstappen is obviously pushing away a little bit now. But I suspect, so the thing is, you obviously in that dirty air, you have a few laps where you can gain close, but there we go. Norris is now gaining on Carlos Sainz. That to me says those soft tyres are starting to go off. That's a concern for Carlos Sainz. If they're going off and they're only 6 laps in, we did say this track may have high tyre deg. So that'd be interesting to see. Russell has been given a 5-second time penalty. That's a big. That's at this moment in time. It's 5 places. If he, 5. Car 6-3. Yeah. So Russell 5-second time penalty. Love to know. By the way, we've got more viewers on. Let's have a look. Where we got people on, obviously on Facebook, and on YouTube, and on Twitch. I'd love to know where you're watching from. Where are you today? What country? For those who don't know, I am in Cambridge in the United Kingdom. I'm just looking at the replay of the George Russell where he went around the outside of the track. No, he's not been run off the road there, Russell. It's a clear. Yeah. George Russell is saying that he was pushed off the side, but George Russell was actually behind Oscar Piastri. So, you run out of road, you're slipping behind. You don't carry on going around the outside. So, yeah. Here we go. And now we got, Norris is now ahead of Carlos Sainz. Oh no, he's not quite actually. Norris is trying to get Sainz. Sainz is clearly the softs are clearly gone. So it's a matter of time before Norris overtakes him. But I think Sainz now for Sainz it's protecting Leclerc. You can see Sainz and Leclerc. Sainz. You can see Sainz and Leclerc as a gap. Norris will have DRS down this pit straight. Just want to pause it and allow. So Perez has caught up with Norris. So Norris needs to get this overtake done quickly because Perez is waiting there now. So he will have DRS Norris going down the long back straight. You can see Verstappen's just coming to that long straight now. That is the best, or where the DRS is going to be the most effective. As you can see, Verstappen, Hamilton, Leclerc just there. This is where Sainz and Norris come. As long as you're within a second, which he is, he's actually within half a second. Looking at the timings. So now they go down the long straight. Now, can Norris get the move done? No, he hasn't got close. He didn't even get close there, really. And we've still got 10 laps to go, so still a lot of time for things to happen. Safety car, etc. But remember, it is a sprint race. There is no mandatory pit stop. You can stop and pit, but there's no mandatory stop and pit. And if you stop and pit at this stage without really needing to, you're going to drop a lot of places. So, Hamilton, Verstappen followed by Hamilton, followed by Leclerc. Right, here we go then. So Norris and Sainz, still Norris and Sainz. Sainz, those softs, he's struggling, Sainz, but he's doing enough to keep Norris in front. And Perez has closed the gap right behind Norris now. So we're coming back up to the main straight again. Verstappen's just getting to that straight there. That is the straight that's going to be the most effective for DRS. Let's just zoom in just a fraction. There we go. So you can see Sainz and Norris just behind me there. They're coming down to the main straight. I've also can see on my screen as well. So this is where, if Norris is going to overtake Sainz, this is where you're going to do it. You're going to have DRS. Can he get past now? He's going to push it. He's pushing. And he does get in front this time. Can he hold that position this time, though? He has. Norris has got in front of Sainz. So, Norris back in the fourth. It's a long way. It's a 6.7, 6.8 second gap to Leclerc. It's going to be a bit much, I think. There's only 9 laps left in a sprint race. Oscar Piastri's had an absolute mare, by the way, an absolute mare. So Norris, as you can see, is gaining away now. Sainz, the next up for Perez is Sainz. Sainz, obviously, you'll see on the tire sheet, on the timings, the tires, the yellow marks, medium compounds are on every car but one, and that's Carlos Sainz. For those who have just joined us, Carlos Sainz had a great start on those soft tires, but those soft tires have now started to wear off, and so with 9 laps to go, he's going to struggle now for the rest of this race. Carlos Sainz, he's going to. I'm sure. We're going back to the main straight, the main DRS section, the long back straight. Perez is surely going to have his opportunity on Carlos Sainz here, and then Russell probably a lap or two later. So it's going to be squeaky bum time for Carlos Sainz. Gap now between Hamilton and Verstappen, 3.3, 3.4. I would say, barring something ridiculous, that looks like a race that's already settled in that respect. Christian Horner on the radio, but I don't listen to what Christian Horner says. He's a bit of a, let's be honest, he's I don't always trust his opinion. Right. So what else we got going on at the moment then? So Perez has, as I said, Perez now past Sainz. Sainz is really struggling because the next up now is Russell. I wonder if Gasly might get past Sainz. Sainz is going to really, eight laps. 8 laps to go for Sainz. He is going to struggle for every one of those 8 laps, Carlos Sainz on the softs. I'm not sure why Ferrari went with the softs. No one else put soft tyres on. None. Only Ferrari with Sainz. And I don't know why, because we saw in Qatar. We saw in Qatar, a number of drivers had the softs in Qatar, and they were brilliant for the first 5 laps, and then they just totally dropped off. And Sainz is going to really struggle. Russell will have, as you can see here, Russell will have DRS going down the back straight, the straight that Verstappen, Hamilton, Leclerc are going down now. He will have DRS, and let's see if Russell can get past. Yeah, he's well, mind you, I forgot about that. Yes, Russell does have a 5-second bet penalty. So even if he does get in front of Sainz, he will drop back. Fifth, as it stands, 5 seconds will put George Russell in about 8th place. Now it's a very up front there. Look, there's nothing going on at the front at all, is there? Absolutely nothing. So whilst we're taking a quick breather with that, I'd love to know where everyone is from. Where are you watching from? Just put that there. I'm watching from the UK. Where are you watching from? Let me know in the comments, and I will post them right here. Where are you watching from? So let's have a quick look where we're at. It's Verstappen, Hamilton, Leclerc, followed by Norris. The top 3 are very comfortable, and we've only got 7 laps to go in the sprint race. I bar it. I mean, your safety car, you never know. But it doesn't look like a lot's going on. I'm just watching Magnussen and Joe and you having a little tug, but I say a little tug, that sounds disgusting. Having a little battle. Right, so the gap's 4.2. Of course, tomorrow's race, Verstappen is only starting in 6th place tomorrow after the qualifying yesterday where Verstappen ran wide. Watching from South Africa. Hello, welcome from South Africa. Great to see viewers from all over the world. It really is. And it's probably late there as well. It is actually it's nearly 11:30 p.m. here in the UK. But it's great to see viewers from all over the world. Welcome, and I do appreciate the support. So, as it stands, 4.4 seconds to gap between Verstappen and Hamilton. That doesn't look like it's going to change. And then further back, well, we got another watching from Morocco. Welcome from Morocco. Welcome from Morocco. I am in the United Kingdom, in Cambridge. So 4.4 seconds, fairly stable now. Leclerc, the top 3, we should probably, the top 3 are sorted. I don't think Norris is. Just looking at the gap, it's 5.3 seconds between Norris and Leclerc. It's coming down, but it's not coming down anywhere near enough, and there's no pit stops, so it's not quite. I'd like to know what people's thoughts are. Are these sprint races, are they worth it? Would you prefer just a normal, just normal couple of practice sessions followed by qualifying, followed by the race? Are these sprint races, are they worth it? We're watching from Boston, Massachusetts. Hello, welcome from Boston. Welcome from Boston. Boston, Morocco, South Africa, literally worldwide. Made in the United Kingdom as well. Love to see it. Such a global sport, Formula One. And welcome, everyone. Right, as you can see, Verstappen is 4.9. All this was going on with there. Russell. So Russell and Sainz. Obviously, Russell does have a 5 seconds. Still 6 for, still 7th for Russell. Russell does have a 5-second penalty for overtaking Oscar Piastri, going off the track, coming back on in front of Oscar Piastri. You essentially used the outside of the track to overtake Piastri and then didn't give the place back. And as a result, he's got a 5-second penalty. So Russell's currently 7th. 5 seconds back puts him to, I think it will put him to 8th place as it stands. So, and it's just a top 8. Don't forget, this is just a sprint race. Just a top 8 get points. And I would say the top 5 at least are, barring something ridiculous, the top 5 I would say are pretty much done and dusted. Really the case is now Gasly, Sainz and Russell. Alex Albon is the only person who can spoil Russell's Russell's potential points, and he is 5.9 seconds off. So he's 7.5 seconds off George Russell. So George Russell with the 5-second penalty would still be 2.5 seconds in front of Alex Albon. So we have got who's gone off the track? Zhou Wenyu. So obviously we'll be back, by the way, for tomorrow's race as well. For those, we've got a few laps to go yet, but we will be back for tomorrow's race live here on the F1 Fan Zone. If you're watching on Facebook, the best thing to do in the comments, in fact, I'll put a link to our YouTube channel, and that is the best place to obviously to subscribe and click the notification bell. That way, you will get notified when we go live. If you like watching this sort of stuff, I'll post that in the comments. And we'll be back for tomorrow's race, 8 p.m. UK time. So those on the East Coast, in Boston, for example, that is 5 hours behind. So that's 3 p.m. I think in Boston, sorry. And I think it's 2 p.m. in Boston, in Austin, which is obviously local time where the race will be. And then obviously we've got coming up in the coming weeks, we've got the Mexico Grand Prix, we've got the Brazil Grand Prix, and we've got Vegas. Vegas is going to be one hell of an experience. So I'm looking forward to that race, but I'm very much looking forward to the other races as well. They'll be live right here on the F1 Fan Zone. 3 laps to go. As you can see, the gap between Hamilton and Verstappen is growing now, 6.2 seconds. Norris is currently 3.9. He was 5.5, 6 seconds in front. He's closed the gap, but I suspect Leclerc is just coasting now. We've got 3 laps to go. And Norris as well, I suspect it's a case of keeping the gap to Perez, and Perez is the one position we need to keep an eye on is Sainz and Russell. Although, to be fair, if Russell does overtake Sainz, it will only be temporarily because Russell does have that 5-second penalty, which will automatically push him straight back anyway. And we are lap 16 of 19, lap 17 of 19, beg pardon, 17 of 19. As I said, it's just a sprint race, the full race tomorrow. And we know Verstappen starts in sixth place tomorrow, and Leclerc starts on pole. So that will be interesting to watch. Verstappen will need to do some work to get back through the field. Also, there's no pit stops during the sprint race. Not mandatory anyway. There are mandatory pit stops tomorrow, but there's none during a sprint race. And I'm in two minds about sprint races. So I haven't, like this sprint race, I would argue, has been really uneventful. Let's be honest. Look at the gap between first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. there's no entertainment there whatsoever, is there? In fact, the whole points, there's no for the points. There's nothing, is there? So yeah. Perhaps they need to have a little think about how they do these sprint races. If they're like this, what's the point? They're just it's because there's no pits, there's nothing, there's no strategy in play, is there? It's just literally a dash to the end of the race for 19 laps. And excuse me. Oh, let's have a quick safety drink. Right, so state of play. Verstappen leads Hamilton by 7.3 seconds, who leads Leclerc by 7.4 seconds, who leads Norris by 2.4. Now, Norris is closing that gap, but I suspect it's a little bit too late to get to really get past Leclerc. 2.3. Let's just keep an eye just for the next lap and see if that time comes down a bit. He was 5.5, 6 seconds behind. He's now just maybe if Norris can get within DRS, who knows? Let's see if Leclerc's tyres have gone. But I'm keeping an eye on the timings there. 2.2, 2 seconds. So did Leclerc have a little shock up there? So let's keep an eye. There's a couple of laps to go. So we may have something. Well, we're on the last lap, actually. So maybe it's probably going to be too late. But Leclerc is lapping quicker than Norris there. Norris starts tomorrow. Sorry, Leclerc starts tomorrow on pole. Who starts second? Lando Norris. Gives us a little sneaky preview, perhaps, of what to expect tomorrow in tomorrow's race. Maybe. So on the last lap, Verstappen is on lap 19 of 19. Verstappen is 8.6 seconds. Oh, look at Norris, 1.1 seconds. Norris is all over the back of. Is Norris going to have DRS here? I don't think he's quite got DRS. This is interesting here. Look at Norris. Well, he's pushed. I tell you what, he has pushed Leclerc. Leclerc's going to have to hang on a bit here. But this is a good sign for tomorrow because, like I said, Verstappen starts 6th tomorrow. Leclerc starts pole. Norris starts second. 5 laps ago, Norris was 6 seconds behind Leclerc. He is now. There's the checkered flag. Verstappen wins the Grand Prix. Sorry, not the Grand Prix. Verstappen wins the sprint race. Hamilton comes second. And then Leclerc is going to sneak third. But wow, Norris. There is some good. That gives us some good data for tomorrow. It's going to be really worth watching that battle. Don't forget, this is just a sprint race. Tomorrow, the grid lines up with Leclerc on pole, followed by Norris in second, followed by Lewis Hamilton in third. And let's have a look because Alex Albon, so Russell finishes 8th because of the 5-second penalty. Alex Albon finishes just behind Russell, 0.3 seconds behind because of that penalty. Oscar Piastri, who's had a shocker, let's call it what it is, an absolute shocker. But There we go. That is the sprint race, and we will obviously be back tomorrow for the full race. If you like to watch, don't forget as always, follow, like, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. You'll get a notification. The best thing to do, like I said, is head over to YouTube. The link is in the chat or in the description. And from there, obviously, if you're subscribed, then click that bell. It's free of charge to subscribe. There's no fees or anything like that. And you'll get notified when we go live tomorrow for the race. So that sets us up well for tomorrow. I know at the front, and I'll be honest, the front of the race was horrific. I'm not going to lie. From a Formula One fan who streams this, it was horrific. But we are at least in for. There's some data there that tells us tomorrow, given the mix in the grid, because Verstappen starts 6th, because Leclerc starts 1st, because Norris starts 2nd, etc. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. Team rating for Verstappen, a very low key. Well done, Max. And Max saying, "Yep, thank you." Yeah. Horner. Oh, okay. So, bit cheeky. Race engineer for Max Verstappen. Hopefully, a bit more fun tomorrow. Yeah, because he's coming in 6th. Hamilton radio. Hamilton saying good job to keep pushing. 2nd place. I think Hamilton will take that. Hamilton could still sneak 2nd in the championship, which is remarkable, really. All things considering, remarkable. Right. So on that note, though, I'm going to call it there. Like I said, if you are watching on Facebook, etc., the best thing to do is nip over to YouTube. I'll post in the comments again the link for our YouTube channel, and that way, obviously, you can obviously subscribe and have a notification bell, so you'll see when we go live for tomorrow's race. We'll have it here just like this, all the different strategies and so on, and hopefully provide you with a good live feed for the race. And like I said, that was an interesting. The front was crap. I'm not going to lie. The front of the race today was boring. It was dull from about lap 2 onwards. But tomorrow is different lineup on the grid. But we'll have mandatory pit stops. It's a lot more laps. It's a lot more things that can happen tomorrow, including safety cars and so on. So I will see you all tomorrow for the race. I'm looking forward to it. And wherever you're watching in the world, enjoy the rest of your day. And I'll see you tomorrow.